I have a question for you regarding the U.S. economy. Unemployment is at a record low, and the economic is doing very well. Yet there is a huge gap in inequality, both income and gender inequality. Can you
Income
talk,
and wealth. Yep.
and also gender? Can you talk about? Can you address and what you will do? How will you address those issues?
So first of all, the economic indicators, frankly, don't tell the whole story. As I said in the open session, unemployment is low as long as you count both or all three of the minimum wage jobs that many people are having to do to survive. Inflation is low. As long as you set aside the cost of housing, education, healthcare, the very things that enable people to move onto a path of economic mobility. There's more than a few suburbs where people are depending on their credit cards and the food pantries to make ends meet. Small towns, rural communities where the kids are having to move away to make a way. The economic numbers are cheery, but they don't tell the whole story. And the story they don't tell, I think, is that so much of our economic growth isn't out, it's up. And we need an economy that is growing out to the middle, to the marginalized. I think that economy grows through investments in education, in innovation, and in infrastructure, and they all interlink. We've described that in something we call the Opportunity Agenda, which we released a couple of weeks ago. It's up on the website, and I encourage people to have a look at it. It's a sustained, forward-looking strategy to create jobs and build wealth. And as we do close the income and wealth gaps that exist, between the 1% and everybody else, between whites and blacks, or other people of color, and between men and women.
Last question.
And what about the corporate tax? Do you plan to deal with the corporations the way some other Democratic candidates?
Well, I don't. I do think that there are a couple of things that have to be done to make our tax system work. I think the business community's consensus was that the rate should be about 25% for reasons of competitiveness. That still seems right to me. Nobody wanted it to go to 21%, but then we need to finish the work, which is to eliminate all the loopholes, which were argued for in the first place as a way to make the tax rate more competitive. That's on the corporate side. On the individual income tax side, first of all, I think we should treat all income as income, just ordinary income, not different rates for different kinds of income. All income is. We should simplify. We should have three progressive rates. We can have a conversation about what that ought to be, and there, as much as possible, I would favor eliminating as many of the deductions and exclusions as possible, with the possible exception of the mortgage deduction, charitable deduction, earned income tax credit, that kind of thing. We start with taxes. We don't start with the real question, which is what is it we want government to do and not to, and what does that actually cost, and what's the most equitable way to pay for it. So I come to those conclusions having started those and others. We haven't talked about estate taxes and something. But I come there having started it, a vision for what I think government should do and not do. Okay?
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.